on fire.
He's on fire.
I am always on fire.
This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Delighted to be joined by Probellum's main men here in the Toon. Richard Schaefer, I have to ask you, have you got a Geordie accent yet?
Yes.
Why I?
He's learning.
From him, I'm learning from the best.
He said to me, "Why I?" in the lift earlier. He knows the lingo.
Good lad. Richard, we've just had the press conference there, lots of North East names. Either you know your boxing inside out or you've done your research over the past couple of days.
When I say first and foremost I'm a boxing fan, I really mean that. I mean, I'm like glued to the screen. I watch these fights, and I'm surrounded by three boys. I have three boys in the mid-20s. They're all huge, massive boxing fans. So I'm hearing it from them. So we live, eat, and breathe boxing at my home, and so I'm very familiar with the fighters. I'm very familiar with the British fighters, particularly because I kept saying it many years ago. The British fight fans are the best fight fans. The way they support their man or woman, even when they lose, they're with them, you know. That's so different than in other markets. So you guys really have the best fight fans. And then you come here to this market where maybe this is the best of the best, you know, because you're so passionate about sports, period, and about boxing. So I'm just thrilled to be here.
Yeah, as a North East lad, Richard, we are crackers up here about our sport. So if you guys crack the boxing, you'll go down in sport and history up here if you develop some North East world champions.
Yeah, no, look, I mean,
No doubt about it.
you saw the lineup we had here. To have 11 fights on one card, to combine that kind of talent, fighters who are knocking on the door, literally knocking on the door for a world title, but then to be able to see the pro debut of Ben Rees and of Pat McCormick, two guys who will make boxing history. I mean, if you are here, you want to be live there. Imagine if you could say, I was there when Tyson Fury did his to turn pro, or Ali, or Floyd, or Canelo, or whatever. You were there at the first fight. It's the kind of stuff you're gonna tell your kids about. So it's just a loaded card. And when Lewis was saying that you actually brought it up, he wants to fight at the football stadium. This is exactly the kind of stuff which excites me.
Motivates you.
Yeah, and you know what? We were talking about it before. You've got to think big to become big.
Yeah.
And if you say, well, you know, I don't know, can you sell enough tickets? So that's already the wrong attitude. You know what? If you're going to do a fight at the football stadium, you're going to sell out the football stadium. When I promoted Ricky Hatton, who was a big, a huge ticket seller, but he was a big ticket seller because he had the fan base from Manchester City. Manchester City, he was a big Manchester City fan, and he fought at the stadium and he sold out the stadium. And I am sure that Newcastle will not be outdone by Manchester City with Ricky Hatton. No way. If they sold every single seat in Manchester City for Ricky Hatton, guess what's going to happen here? They're going to sell every single seat, and we are going to have to find a way to bring in some extra seats because such a hot ticket it will be. So we need to bring Lewis Rich to that football stadium, Sam.
No pressure, Sam.
I might as well get off this interview after that. Well, Richard's just said it there. I was speaking to Richard about it. They're mad up here. They're absolutely barking mad, and they deserve this new crop of talent. I mean, you've got Lewis Ritson still spearheading it, Pat McCormack, Ben Rees, Mark Dickinson, Tommy. It is a huge crop of talent, and that there. Imagine a card at St James's Park there.
Yeah. I was going to say that, Sam. In the past, it's always been Lewis Ritson at St James's Park.
Yes. Now it's all of them.
But yeah, that's it.
100%.
So you've got McCormack, you've got Tommy Ward. Richard, you alluded to it in the press comments. How many of these guys can you realistically get world titles for? Because Tommy Ward, for example, brilliant fighter, technically off the charts.
All of them.
Hasn't been anywhere near a world title.
They're ready. I mean, you look at their rankings as well. They are all ranked either within the top 10 or certainly the top 15. And they are all in meaningful fights, so they will be moving up in the rankings as well. And so there are a bunch of fighters on the card which literally are knocking on the door to world titles. And us as promoters, we can't win the fight for them, but what we can do and what we have to do, what is our responsibility, is to open these doors, you know, to get them these world titles. That's what we need to do, and that's exactly what we intend to do.
Can I ask about Probellum, Sam and Richard?
Sure.
You're the new kids on the block. as we've seen this week, there's a lot of infighting with promoters. Eddie has a go at Frank has a go at Eddie, Sky and Eddie split up, blah blah blah. Where do you guys fit into the landscape, and what is going to make Probellum number one?
Well, you know, we're not really a
competition.
we're not really a company. You know what we are? We are a movement. We are a movement. We are a revolution in the sport of boxing. We are here to unify, not to divide. We are here to build bridges. We are not here, you know, we want to work with everybody, and what we've done in those first 6 months since we started, we got started end of September, beginning of October last year, we signed promotional agreements with 26 of the greatest promoters around the world. Co-promotion agreement, partnership agreement. When we launched Probellum that we want to unify, it wasn't just some nice words in the press release. We really meant it. We want to unify it. We are a movement for the fighters. We are a movement for the fight fans. We want to really elevate the sport of boxing. We want to energize the fight fans, and that's exactly why we invested a lot of money. I mean, to really look at this region, to be able to combine all that talent under one umbrella is not cheap.
Yeah.
But we are determined. We are determined to do that, and we're going to do that with other regions and other countries. That's what Probellum is. Probellum is a movement to unify and elevate the sport of boxing.
I can guarantee as a North East lad, Richard, that you'll get the support from the fans. Great to be joined by Jaffa. Because without this fella, and I did say it off camera, didn't I, Sam? Without this fella, North East boxing was on the bone.
I mean, you heard what I said. I mean, he's a trailblazer, he's a pioneer in this, and he kept it alive at a time when maybe people gave up on it or didn't believe on it. And so you put on shows, you keep these young guys busy, you build them up, and now here we are. You know.
Jaffa, how important is it to have these guys for us lot up here?
Oh, it's great. It's, honestly, I'm very. First of all, I'm very humbled at the words you said about us, you know, and it's absolutely great. The pressure's off. The lads are not on ticket deals. The lads are all getting well looked after, and to me, these will take boxing to the North East to a massive level where I've had British champions, but the Probellum and Richard push North East through the roof, and I honestly, I do believe in 18 to 2 years they'll have it everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But the one thing I've noticed, we're working all the big promoters which I have.
Yeah.
These guys look after the boxers, mind you. They've got the boxers and you know, they look after everybody, from hotels, from PR, like Sam, and that boxer's no different to that boxer. All the boxers that's on a fight card get treated the same. There's no superstars on there. They all get the same. And like we're working with Richard, it's music to my ears. Obviously, I'm humbled. I'm humbled to be working with him. And I want to do my best in the North East, which you know I've got all the contacts in the North East. Yeah. And I've told all the boxers, if you get up there and you get up there, I'll get them signed with Probellum. You know, I'm not getting all the boxers, the young ones are not getting signed when they're moving up, and when I think they're ready to reach the next level or the experience, I'll stick them into Probellum. They can box on Probellum shows if there's slots, they can box. But everybody's buzzing with this Probellum in the North East.
And we'll support them.
Oh, obviously, you guys are supporting me from day one, you know.
Yeah.
In the early days, we had the ITV and BBC, but obviously with the stations cutting down, and I've had the lads on ticket deals. If it wasn't for my business, I blew money, I blew fortunes, and I've kept the boxing going, and I've seen promoters like yourself try to do in the North East, and how do I do it? Right. And they would take the shilling off the lads. And it's music in the ears. This is what I've been working for years, for a big company like Probellum to come in and take it all and grab it by the neck and get it at the next level.
Brilliant, Jaffa. Can I end by putting you on the spot? And you can't repeat what the previous one said. One fight or one fighter that you're particularly looking forward to seeing on Friday?
Honestly, I would tell you, but I can give you a reason for like 5 or 6 of them. So it's not, our cards are not about one fighter, because our cards about the entirety of the card, and that is what makes Probellum. Because a lot of promoters, they do exactly that. When you ask them the question, who is your, like, which fighter are you most excited about? What do you want to see most? It's easy. Boom, they answer the question. We can't. I can't, at least. Maybe you guys can. I can, because I'm excited about all of them and every one of them, and I could give you plenty of reasons why. So I can't answer that question. I'm usually very good at answering questions.
Fair enough.
And you know me, any lad who gets in the ring, I take my hat off to them.
Yeah.
And I want them all to be winners. I want them all to perform. And like I say, from the man making his debut to the man top of the bill, no different to me, you know that.
Yeah.
For the years, you know, there's no different to me.
I'll end with a different question then. Jaffa and Sam, can you tell Richard what it's going to be like in the arena on Friday?
I think obviously. I think Richard's going to be shocked. Obviously, Richard's Richard's been Richard's obviously had massive promotions. He promoted loads of world title fights, but he's never done one in Newcastle. And I'm a Mackham and the Geordies are different. You know, they're different.
They are.
Toon army. That's what you lay out. And Richard was used Toon army. But what I'm looking forward to now is taking my friend for some fish and chips for his take.
That's what I was just going to say.
You're going to South Shields? Coleman's?
I've heard the best
Good
fish and
lad.
chips, and I can't wait to go.
If he's taking you to Coleman's, Richard, it's absolutely spot on.
I can't wait.
Taking Richard and his wife to the Coleman's to have some fish and chips and
Brilliant.
some mushy peas and some dinner medals.
Fantastic. Guys, can't wait for Friday.
Thank you,
Take care.
same here.
Nice.